So we are at the site, and this is Engineer Gabriel. He's going to tell us the structural part of this estate. So come along.
Need me to just turn the camera around so that they get to see what we have on ground. You can see. So I know you like what you're seeing. This building, they're actually standing on pile. They're all having pile foundation of 22 meters down the ground. The previous one I just showed you, they are standing on 19 meters down the ground. Remember, this is a wet soil, so you could have differentials in soil particles. You will also have differentials in topography of the land. So these ones you're seeing are standing or sitting on a 22-meter pile foundation. For instance, these are block 05, and block 05 is sitting on 64 pile points or 22 meters down the ground. Now, we not just do pile, we do pile because there's a reason for that. Now, when you're building on the wet soils have, they could not take pressure for so long. They can't take pressure for so long, so you need to do pile foundation. We do not do raft foundation for any of our buildings. The reason is because we do not want our buildings to have differential settlement. You go to some estates, you see the buildings bending, just bending to one side. That's part of differential settlement. So for us, we're doing pile foundation. Now, a pile foundation can stand as long as 70 years without having any defects, provided it's done very well. So for us, upon doing this pile, we do what they call PLC. Integrity test. It's integrity test. So what we do is that we get the cantilage, load the cantilage, and see if the pile can carry the required load. Now, once that is done, we now link up all our underground beams, like what you're seeing here. These are underground beams of about 1.3 meters down the ground. Now, when we lock up the piles, we now do backfilling. We backfill. Upon backfilling, we do damp-proof membrane. Now, what the damp-proof membrane does is because sometimes you go to some houses, I do not want to mock anyone, but you go around Chevron, you see some houses, you put your books on the floor, and before you come back, the books look very wet. Yes. Now it looks damp. So for us, we do what they call damp-proof membrane to ensure that even if you're building on a wet soil, sometimes the water level could be high, and you start seeing dampness on the floor. So we have done damp-proof membrane. Upon doing damp-proof membrane, you can't have our walls, you can't even have the floor being wet. So we do damp-proof membrane, upon backfilling, then we do the slab, that's the first ground slab, and the building starts. Now the major work here is the pile. The pile could take 60 to 90 days because you're going to drill as you drill down to about 22 meters down the ground, and you might meet a whole lot of disturbances. Sometimes you meet obstruction, you need to stop and keep drilling. We have our piling machines behind, which we have done. So they are standing on the pile. Apart from the pile, our blocks also go through QC, quality control. And that's why if you look down there, we have a block molding factory. It does 2,000 blocks a day. And upon that, we also subject them to quality control to also see, we do cracking tests on them to see if the block can withstand the pressure. All we're doing is to create value, is to ensure that whatever we're giving back to our clients, to our subscribers, can stand the test of time. Today now you're standing already on the concretized road. This is a concretized road, a rigid paved road. Two-course drainage. This road is a 12-meter width road with two-sided drainages. They are quite deep, they have slabs cover on them. The slabs could either be precast slabs like this. This is precast slabs. So once there's a blockage, you can always open up this and through. Then we have it, we have the road. This road is about 200 mm thickness. It's a concretized road. This is exactly what Dangote is doing on their Papa Oshodi Expressway. And for us, we're trying to replicate so that we can give back to our clients what they actually deserve. Remember, there's going to be a multi-family setting where you're going to be having over 405 units of apartment. And imagine traffic on this road regularly. And we do not want to start calling on people, telling them that we want to fix up the road when they are going out for their daily activities. So we're trying to put that things that can stand them. In terms of the road, the drainage course already, we've established drainage course of about 150 meters, two-sided drainages, which is the most acceptable standard anywhere in the world. So if you're talking about infrastructure, talking about the structure itself, then I can beat my hands on my chest and tell that these structures would last for 75 years.
Stand the test of time. Okay, please, just 2 minutes, just tell us about the golf course that we're coming up.
Okay, now we're going to be having a Nighthawk golf course, and that's why that's going to be at our green area, where we're having plots of land, 500 square meters, 250 square meters. Now, part of the side attraction there will be a Nighthawk golf course. a 9-hole golf course, and also a recreational park for children. And normally I used to tell people, if you're doing a kind of setup this way, you need to also carry the children along. So we have a recreational park for the children, we have a 9-hole golf course, we probably have an artificial lake, a man-made lake, where people can always sit down, interconnect with their family and friends. And you know.
Thank you so much, Engineer Gabriel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. You heard it from the horse's mouth, and you can see that these structures, this building will stand the test of time. And the amazing thing is, we have mortgage plan, we have NHF, and then we have 12-month payment plan without interest. So you can make an initial deposit of 4 million naira and then spread the balance for 12 months without interest. This is an amazing deal. This is an amazing property, a verified property with governor's consent. So give me a call and get into this property before it's too late.